Please be seated. Now, you're all very, very welcome this morning. Welcome to your college. And I'd like to also send the welcome too from my lovely colleagues here in the platform party on the stage, distinguished surgeons who in their time have been great teachers and surgeons and promoters of our wonderful, wonderful profession. We'll say a little bit about the college and moving in, but first of all I wanted to say that last night, and those of you who live in the UK will know that there's been one or two things going on in government. Last night I was at a dinner of the Royal College of Anaesthetists, and the Minister of State, that's the second one down after Javid, was there. And it was interesting. He arrived late and he had to go early, and everybody was on their phones finding out who the, who the next minister or Secretary of State for Health was going to be. And one of the things he did say during his speech, I just wanted to hand this on at the beginning, and I mean it really sincerely. I'm not quite sure how sincerely he meant it, but I personally mean it really, really sincerely. That the country, the nation, the establishment, the government are deeply, deeply grateful for all you have done during the time of COVID. A massive, massive, massive assault on our medical system. And I know many of you have stepped up to the mark and worked in a different way. And the future, because of COVID and so on, is less certain than it might have been. So we're very, very grateful. Now, I'm just going to say a little bit about some tradition, just briefly, so you understand what we're all about. Clearly, you need to feel part of the surgical family, and you need to know where you've come from. So part of knowing where you've come from is starting with us walking in behind this mace. That mace was given to us by King George IV in 1822. And that was the first occasion on which the head of the college was called president. Up until then, they were the master. And this signified a change. And this is silver gilt, given by the king himself personally. And for every diplomate's day and every council meeting ever since 1822, this has sat as a symbol of our authority and a symbol, in a way, of the lineage from which we come from as surgeons, building on the past. Now, I know many of you will have already seen the statue of John Hunter in its new place in the building. It used to be, when you came in through the front door, it was ahead of you with some columns either side. It's now on the left, and I'm sure many of you too will want to have your picture taken with the great man. And why is it we make such a fuss of John Hunter? Well, he was really the first proper clinical researcher, combining observations with then, I've seen this, what does it mean? How can we understand disease better? And then coming up with hypotheses and suggestions. But even more than that, he was very practical. Just since we're talking about COVID, he was a very good friend of Edward Jenner. And he told Edward Jenner, don't just talk about the experiment, that is cowpox for smallpox inoculation, do it. And actually it was that persuaded Edward Jenner to start inoculation. And the rest is history. So surgery has played its small part in that. I'm just going to read you, if I may, if I can get this. This is the case books of John Hunter, FRS. So this is around 1780, and listen to this beautiful description. I've made it relevant very, very specially to our super honorand today. Mrs. Farhill, a lady about 36 years of age, married and had borne one child, and very healthy, had a lump formed in that part of her left breast next to the sternum, which was of the size of an egg when I was consulted. I found it perfectly movable in and on the surrounding parts. No thickness could be found leading to the sternum, nor to the armpit, nor any swelling in the glands of the armpit. I then advised that it should be extirpated, which was done. You could read the rest of the story. It goes on a bit. She did get a bit of an infection in the wound. Interesting how they managed that. But that's the early days of excision of breast tumours, 1780. I'll put that back there. Now, the other thing you'll see behind me is a banner. There we are, well done. My two colleagues leaning away. So that, I'll just stand aside too. So that banner is a temporary representation of our heraldic symbol or badge or emblem, the College of Surgeons. Part of the problem with moving to a new house is you've got to unpack all the packing cases, you've got to put the pictures up, you've got to get sorted. We are still in the process of getting sorted. So I apologise if that doesn't look absolutely what you might expect, but I think it's immeasurably better than was there before, which was nothing. On either side is a facsimile of the real oil painting by Holbein. There are 2 copies of it, one with the barber surgeons and one with us. And we hope that by the autumn, that painting will be on the wall in the entrance hall to the college downstairs, on the same side of the vestibule there as John Hunter, and facing the Hunterian Museum, which as we speak is being created and will be open in around February, March, April 2023. It's Henry VIII giving the first charter of sorts to the barber surgeons, and we have, again, our lineage. That's where we've come from. So just looking at the badge or the heraldic image of the college again, there is an eagle on the top. You see the eagle there. You can see the eagle there. We use it a lot, and I'm just going to tell you what the eagle means, because I'm sure you've been absolutely busting to know. It is a symbol of fortitude. Fortitude is a bit of an old-fashioned word, but it means that you are resilient, you are still really, really positive in the face of bad things happening, pain or bad outcomes. Now, as surgeons, we know that many of our patients have terrible things happening to them, and it would be very easy for us to get down. We also know that we try and do our best, and sometimes it doesn't work out. But part of our duty, our responsibility, is to always, always, always primarily think of the best interests of the patient in order to get the best possible outcomes we can. So I'd like you today to commit yourselves to a lifetime of putting patients first and being the very best you can possibly be for them. And I'm not going to say any more along those lines, otherwise our honorary fellowship candidate will find I've said too many things that he's going to say. So I'm stopping there, I promise. So finally, of course, the building is also an image of surgery. The building has the old part where you come in through the front door, and then just behind it, this supremely modern part, side by side. So we have our heritage, we have our past, which we just talked about, and we're using our new building as a symbol, and we hope creatively it will be part of the future of surgery. And some of you may or may not have read the Future of Surgery Commission describing how surgery might change in the next few years. I was with somebody this morning who had rectal cancer, and we were talking about in that tumour area how things have changed. More patients have radiotherapy first, the tumour melts away if you're lucky, etc., etc. So surgery used to be the thing because there wasn't anything else. Now we're part of a team, and that was the last thing I wanted to say, which is do remember to be kind to your colleagues and work together collaboratively, be part of a team, and do the best you can for your patients. That is the future of surgery. So with that introduction, we'll now get on with the admission of our honorary fellow. Thank you. Vice Presidents, please. Yes, so our Vice President, Tim Mitchell, is going to read the citation. Thank you, Tim.
Mr. Raghuram Pilarasetti is founder and director of the KIMS Usha Lakshmi Centre for Breast Diseases in Hyderabad in southern India. Born in Guntur in the state of Andhra Pradesh, his father was a surgeon and his mother a gynecologist. He graduated in medicine from Siddhartha Medical College before achieving first place in his MS at Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore. He then moved to the UK, undertaking higher surgical training and subspecialty training in breast cancer and reconstructive surgery at the Royal Marsden Hospital in London and the Nottingham Breast Institute. He was awarded Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in 1997. In 2007, Mr. Pillar-Rossetti returned to his native India, establishing the Centre for Breast Diseases in Hyderabad, named after his mother, who was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2002. Between 2012 and 2016, he oversaw the implementation of South Asia's largest population-based breast cancer screening program in the states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, reaching 200,000 underprivileged women in 4,000 villages. He played a key role in setting up the Association of Breast Surgeons of India, being founder, honorary secretary, and later president. Through his pioneering work in India, he has been invited to deliver keynote lectures and orations around the world, including the Colonel Pandalai oration to the Association of Surgeons of India in 2018. Mr. Pillar-Rossetti has been a great supporter of surgical education. He has been host examiner and organizer for MRCS examinations in Hyderabad for this college and the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh since 2008. As convener for international affairs for the Association of Surgeons of India, he established opportunities for surgeons in training to come to the UK to supplement their training through the college's International Surgical Training Programme. One of the youngest surgeons to be elected as president of the Association of Surgeons of India, during his presidential term in 2020, he established a number of skills courses for surgical trainees, including the National Online Skills Enhancement Programme. Mr. Pillar-Rossetti has received numerous awards, including honorary fellowships from the Royal College of Surgeons of Thailand, Chinese College of Surgeons, and College of Surgeons of Sri Lanka. He is the only surgeon from India to receive an honorary fellowship from ASGBI, the Association of Surgeons of Great Britain and Ireland. He has received two of the highest awards conferred by the Indian government. In 2015, the Padma Shri, one of its highest civilian awards, and in 2016, the Dr. B.C. Roy Award, the highest award for a practicing doctor, for his outstanding service in the field of socio-medical relief. In the New Year's Honours List of 2021, he was awarded an OBE for his outstanding services in improving breast cancer care and surgical education in India and to UK-India relations. President, I present to you Mr. Raghuram Pillar-Rossetti, OBE, a worthy recipient of Honorary Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons of England.
Thank you. So, Raghuram Pillar-Rossetti, by the authority of Council and the power vested in me as President of the Royal College of Surgeons of England, I'm absolutely delighted to admit you to Honorary Fellowship.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to start the main part of the conferring of the diplomas in a moment. I just want to say a few words about how we do this. You'll be taken up in groups and come up the corridor and come through this door. When you come up onto the stage and meet me, just because, as we all know, Omicron isn't finished, variants 4 and 5 are still causing trouble, especially in the healthcare sector. We are not going to shake hands, we are going to bump elbows. I hope you don't mind. It may seem a little bit strange, but it's being responsible, I think, with all of you. I don't want you to all take Omicron back to your home hospitals. I hope you don't mind that. And then you will come and stand by me. I will share with you the certificate. The photographer will be just there. We'll take a photograph. And then if any of your parents, friends, significant others would like to come up and take a picture at the same time, you're very welcome. Please get your camera sorted before you come up. It would be super if you did. Okay. Now, we have one very, very special award to start with, which is a medal given by the British Association of Plastic and Reconstructive Surgeons. And I want, if I might, to ask Ruth Waters, she's there, to come up and just say a little about the medal and the prize, and then we will confer it. So thank you, Ruth, very much. Ruth is president of the British Association of Plastic and Reconstructive Surgeons.
Well, good morning, everybody. It is both a great pleasure and a privilege to be here today to present this medal, and I would like to thank our president and the council for inviting me to do this. So you'll see in your programmes it's called the Ian McGregor Medal, and it's named after a very great plastic surgeon who really was one of the founding fathers of our specialty. He was one of those people who were involved with it right from its beginning and drove the specialty and developed our association. He worked in a unit called Cannisburn in Scotland. So because our specialty developed from the wars, the units weren't in major conurbations, they were on the outskirts, and that's what Cannisburn was, one of those things. So he got a name for his skill as a surgeon and for his great personality. He became president of our association and also president of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons in Glasgow. And he was a head and neck specialist and was president of the Association of Head and Neck Oncologists as well. So somebody who achieved a great deal in his professional life and was loved very much by his patients and trainees alike. He was an incredible personality, and he finally retired in the 90s and passed away at the end of 1998. But he left with us this legacy of the medal that I'm now going to present today. So when you train in plastic surgery, there is an exit exam it's an intercollegiate exam called the FRCS Plast. And everyone who's trained in plastic surgery and faced this exam does it with great trepidation, because its depth and breadth of knowledge that is required to pass it is enormous. And so all of us who do manage to scrape through are in awe of those who do really well in it. So this medal is given not just to the person who came top in one of those exams, but somebody who had an outstanding performance. And so it is with great pleasure that I am able to present this medal today to Matthew. Can we ask him to the stage?
Just going to read out the name.
Yeah.
Matthew James Pywell.
Thank you. Scream in support, that's absolutely fine.
President, I present to you a research fellow.
Cara Simone Swain.
President, I present to you a Fulbright Award recipient.
Christopher Robert Davis.
President, I present to you Senior Clinical Fellows.
Nigel Palliel. Siddharth Shah.
President, I present to you successful fellows in an intercollegiate special examination, fellows in general surgery.
Saida Binti Muhammad Saeed. Mokhtar Mohammed El Tahir. Palinivel Raju Gopalakrishnan. Samantha Therese Mukhtar. Sikardar Dixon Joseph Osili. Jacqueline Stanker. Noel Nian Kior Sun Thin. Luke William Weldon.
I present to you a fellow in neurosurgery.
Fahid Tariq Razul.
President, I present to you fellows in otolaryngology.
Philippe Frederick de Zotis Bowles. Misha Mosley Verkerk.
President, I present to you fellows in plastic surgery.
Chad Chang. William Alistair Cobb. Lillian Rose Lucy Cooper. Henrietta Creasy. Christopher Robert Davis. Susan Abigail Hendrickson. George Richard Francis Murphy. Rebecca Ann Rollett.
President, I present to you fellows in trauma and orthopedic surgery.
Hani Farahat Mohammed Abdel Sabur. John Fathi Halim Amen. Amir Reza Amiri. Lambros Athanatos. James Theo Berwin. Ahmad Bilal. Sandeep Rajiv Deshmukh. Anil Singh Dadwat. Zakir Nasim Haider. Naeem Zafar Hali. Kevin Elo. Khalid Ben Noor Malik Tabassum. Avi Marks. William James Morley. Thomas Bryn Richards. Gavin Ryan Schaller. Mohammed Bayumi Awad Shaer. Lauren Elizabeth Thompson.
President, I present to you fellows in urology.
Sergei Akulin. Jennifer Kate Martin.
President, I present to you fellows in vascular surgery.
Ishtiaq Aziz. Anisha Helen Pereira.
President, I present to you fellows ad eundem.
Christo Lapa. Pradeep Rebala.
President, I present to you successful candidates at recent examinations for membership of the Royal College of Surgeons of England. Diplomates from Imperial College London, Ambrose Ali University, Nigeria, Asyut University, Egypt, the University of Bristol, Cairo University, Egypt, Himachal Pradesh University, India, and the University of Liverpool.
Michael Dasa. Marcus Gilmartin. Ekpeno Simeon Inyang. Ayatomi Kanu. Riam Mystery. George Ninkovich Hall. Vikrant Thakur.
President, I present to you diplomats from GKT School of Medical Education, UCL Medical School, University of Nottingham, Dr. NTR University of Health Sciences, India, Peninsula Medical School, Semmelweis University, Hungary, Shifa Tamir Melat University, Pakistan.
Ramia Sai Adusumali. Samantha Conroy. Greg Dewar. Azel Egbe. Christina Louise Lydia Fontaine. Smriti Kapoor. Maria Nicola. Timothy Schreier. Michelle Shahid.
President, I present to you diplomates from Free University of Berlin, Germany, University of Calabar, Nigeria, University of Dhaka, Bangladesh, University of Health Sciences, Lahore, Pakistan, University of Ibadan, Nigeria, University of Jos, Nigeria, University of Manchester, West China Medical Center, Sichuan University, China.
Akene Victor Ezenwa. Imo Ibiok. Felix Wilhelm Karst. Shafuk Bashir Naz. Tanya Pearson. Anuj Shretha. Rezwana Tamana.
President, I present to you new fellows and members in absentia.
Chang Chen. Chun Chen. Haikuan Chen. Longhui Chen. Jiajin Chen. Jianmin Liu. Hao Long. Qinhuan Liu. And finally, President, Janru Xiao.
Okay, now we want a bit of audience participation. So everybody on this side of the room and then behind the diplomates, if you could all stand up, please. And a very, very big round of applause to all these wonderful people who worked so hard to get these exams and become diplomates today. Thank you. That's really lovely. Thank you so much. Now it's your turn. Could you all stand up? You all sit down, please. So many of the people who've come with you today have toiled hard to get you through med school and help you with your exams along the way, made sacrifices, been great supporters. It's your chance now to say thank you to them. Very good, thank you so much, super. So now it's my great honour and pleasure to ask Dr. Pillarassetti if he would come and give the closing address. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, members of the Council, the bright and accomplished diplomates and research fellows, and of course, the beaming and radiant family members and friends. Namaskaram. I bring greetings from Bharat, which is also referred to as India. At the very outset, I would like to express my profound gratitude to the President and Council members for conferring me with the college's highest honor. It's an incredibly humbling moment for me to learn that I'm amongst the 4 surgeons of Indian origin thus far in the 482 years history of the college, and amongst the 156 distinguished, highly distinguished surgeons and personalities from across the world, including Her Majesty the Queen, to be conferred the honorary fellowship from one of the oldest and the most prestigious surgical college in the British Isles. So I would like to invoke the blessings of my parents and like to dedicate these special moments to my family who are here today, to my patients, to my colleagues at KIMS hospitals in Hyderabad, where I've been working for the past 15 years, and of course to the Indian surgical fraternity worldwide, and in many ways I think that this is a great honor to Bharat. So it's indeed a great honor to stand here in this recently renovated, magnificently delightful college building, and also to see that there is an image behind me where Henry VIII is conferring the charter, the first charter to the barber surgeons, to Thomas Vickery. Hence, this diploma ceremony is very special. Many, many congratulations to the diplomates and the research fellows here, as this is a very happy occasion. You've done exceedingly well, and you've made your family proud. And in many ways, this is a new chapter. To those of you who have just completed your MRCS, you're just beginning your career as a surgeon, and the FRCS, intercollegiate FRCS recipients are beginning a new phase of life with lots of responsibilities as a consultant surgeon. So therefore, I'd like to just mention here that since time immemorial, there has been a traditional custom in India, particularly in rural India, where more than 70% of our population reside, where the doctor is equated to God. And there is an ancient phrase in Sanskrit which says, Vaidyo Narayano Hari, which means the doctor is Lord Narayana and Lord Hari. And that brings me to an important component of the Hippocratic Oath, which is to keep the good of your patient as the highest priority. In this context, I'd like to share a couple of messages that I keep reminding myself on a daily basis. The first and foremost is to emphasize the importance of trust. Patients place their trust and their life in the hands of their doctors. On many occasions, they disclose confidential information that they might or might not confide with their family members. And indeed, they expose their body to be examined and, of course, to surgery as well. And therefore, it is so important to understand that this trust must be greatly valued. And if I may add, there is no other profession where we witness this level of trust on a daily basis. And therefore, as a professional, as a medical professional, it is important for us to have a higher level of moral code of conduct than any other profession. And we should never ever forget the extremely privileged position that we come from. My second message, I do not need to emphasize here about the importance of medical ethics, but I would like to stress upon the fact that it is very important that no matter how intelligent, how knowledgeable, however skilled you may be, it's important to be ethical in all aspects of life. Because at the end of the day, however successful you may be, if you are not ethical in all aspects of your life, it may make no relevance at all. So it's important to be a good human being. Precisely 6 days ago, on the 1st of July, the National Doctors' Day was celebrated in India, which commemorates the birth and the death anniversary of Dr. B.C. Roy, who is a legendary Indian physician. It's a day when people across the country acknowledge the commitment and dedication of the medical and healthcare fraternity, and also it's an important day for healthcare professionals to reflect upon their career. And so, as I reflect upon my career, which began 31 years ago when I graduated to become a doctor, in fact, the same year when India started celebrating the Doctors' Day, having completed my basic surgical training, a fire in my belly to obtain FRCS and higher surgical training brought me to the UK. My wife, who is here, has completed her higher specialist training, and I too completed my subspecialty training in the UK. It was during that time that my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. Whilst inquiring about breast health care in India, I realized that because of lack of awareness and absence of an organized screening program, more than 60% present in the advanced disease, with the majority succumbing within a year of being diagnosed. So to cut a long story short, this was a defining moment and the turning point in my life when, although we had rewarding career opportunities in the UK, my wife and I, along with our family, relocated to Bharat to look after my mother and serve my motherland. So, in doing so, we have, over the past 15 years, been serving as a living bridge between the UK and India, and it has been the greatest fortune for me to be able to look after my mother, who is currently 90 years old, who runs the foundation, a charitable foundation that was established in her name. Why am I highlighting this? I'm highlighting this because I realize that a significant number of you will have roots abroad. And much as you will contribute significantly as a consultant surgeon here in the UK, but if an opportunity arises for you to go back to your roots and contribute back to your community, I think you would be able to do a phenomenally excellent job and make a monumental life-transforming change in your own motherland. Before I conclude, I'd just like to touch upon the fact that in the hustle-bustle of training to be a surgeon, we tend to forget that there's more to life than just being a doctor. By saying that, I don't mean that you should have hobby, but much more significant in that. Over the years, reaching out to those around me and to the community at large through undertaking several charitable initiatives in a country that I was born and raised has given me the greatest satisfaction. And above all, meditation, talking to the universe, being positive, expressing gratitude, and being prayerful have all enabled me to manifest my dreams. So, Mr. President, in conclusion, I'd like to say that it's been too big an honor and too wonderful an opportunity to be here, and with folded hands, my gratitude to everyone at the college, including all the supporting staff, for the warm hospitality, and I will take back with me memorable experiences at this college. So to all the diplomates and research fellows, I wish you a bright, successful, and rewarding career coupled with a healthy, happy, productive, and contented life. Namaskaram.
Thank you very much for that wonderful speech. It comes to me to bring a vote of thanks to you. And I have to say, we've learnt a lot from you in that very limited speech that you've given today, so much in such a short space of time. You've reminded us of the importance of family and how it not only affects how we practice and how we work, but also in what we practice. You've also reminded us of the real importance of trust, the trust that our patients have in us and that our colleagues have in us. I suspect there are certain people on the other side of the Thames who probably ought to have come to the speech today. we're not mentioning any names, and the importance of being ethical and of being actually so important, just a really good human being. I think those are the words that I've really taken home today. I think we've all benefited in your speech from the experience that you've had, your life experiences, your work experiences, and your great wisdom. So it comes to me, President, Council, Fellows, members, esteemed guests, to please draw our hands together for a vote of thanks for our speaker today.
So thanks, Fiona, very much. That nearly brings to an end our proceedings. My grateful thanks too for an absolutely superb closing speech, inspiring. There is no doubt that you as surgeons will be needed around the world, whether it's in conflict zones or developing and developed countries, wherever they are around the world, there will be no shortage of surgical work for you to do. So I hope you have learnt a few good, helpful hints for your successful careers. Go out and have a great time in what is the most brilliant profession. And you never know, you too might become an honorary fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons of England one day. Please stand up while the platform party leaves the room.